Hi friends, welcome back. Let's see the topic, static electricity and some natural phenomena. So first, let's see what is an atom. Atom is the smallest unit of matter. There are three subatomic particles: electrons, protons and neutrons. Protons and neutrons are present in the middle of the atom and they form the nucleus. Electrons go around the nucleus in paths. These special paths are called shells. When two or more kinds of atoms come together, they're called a molecule. Examples of molecules include H2O, O2, H2SO4, N2, SO4, and so on. Now let's see what is static electricity. Static electricity is nothing but the imbalance of electrons in a material due to its transfer. So this transfer of electrons can happen due to in three processes. The first way is by charging by friction. So we can do an experiment to show this how it works. So we're taking a woolen scarf, we're taking plastic rod, plastic comb, and we need a hair of a person who has not put oil. So it's dry hair. So first we're taking the plastic rod and rubbing it on the woolen scarf. Now we keep it aside and we take the plastic comb and rub it on the hair. Now when we bring the plastic rod and comb together, they repel each other. The repulsion is due to like charges. So how does the like charges accumulate in both? So as both the materials are plastic, that is the plastic rod and plastic comb, and as the wool and hair have the ability to lose electrons, both gain the same charge. So let us see how it gains. So when we are rubbing the comb on dry hair, the electrons from the hair move to the comb, thus making the comb attain a negative charge and the hair will get a positive charge. Now, as it is unlike charges, both will attract each other. Now, the second way of transfer of charges is by conduction. So in conduction, what we are doing, we're taking the same glass rod, which was rubbed with wool, and we're taking it close to an uncharged object, and we're touching it. That means there is physical contact. And when there is physical contact, the uncharged objects get charged. What charge does it get? As the glass rod is rubbed on wool, wool has the ability to lose electrons and glass rod gains those electrons. And as it gains electrons, it has got negative charge. And so the uncharged object will also have negative charge. The third type of transfer of charges is due to induction. So an uncharged object can be charged using a charged object. So let's take an example of a glass rod, charged glass rod. We're taking it near to an aluminum can. So the charge that a glass rod is having is negative. So the nearest side, the nearest part of the aluminum can will attain the opposite charge, that is positive. Then if the positives are all accumulating here, then the negatives will be on the farther side. Now let's see about natural phenomena. So the first natural phenomenon we are seeing is earthquakes. So how does the earthquake occur? The earthquake occurs due to the movement of tectonic plates. Tectonic plates are, parts of the crust. So when these tectonic plates rub against each other, there is a vibration created underground. And this spot where the vibrations are starting is called the focus. And perpendicularly on the top, on the surface, we have a point. We call that point as epicenter. So we don't know how to predict whether an earthquake is occurring or not. So if the earthquake is occurring on land, it causes loss of property, buildings are broken, and many other losses. That is like losses of human life, animal life. And when it occurs under the sea, a huge tidal wave, also known as a tsunami, occurs, and it also leads to so many losses. So these are natural calamities. So we cannot predict earthquakes, but we can measure earthquakes when it is occurring. So to measure earthquakes, we use a device known as the seismograph. The seismograph is helping us to identify whether there is an earthquake or not. And to measure the strength of the earthquake, we use a scale called the Richter scale. Now, our next natural calamity is a lightning. Lightning is nothing but a big spark. So, how does this lightning occur? So, in the clouds, what happens is the charging by induction occurs, and the positive charges go up and the negative charges come down. So as the negative charges are accumulating at the base of the cloud, again charging by induction occurs, and on the ground, fully on the surface, there is positive charge. So what happens is, as there is positive and negative, both will attract. But as they are not able to meet each other, and as air is a bad conductor, the charges can't, attract each other. So what happens is, as the clouds are having enough energy to pull out the oxygen atoms and help form a path. So it forms a path, and that path is called step leaders. Those step leaders will always be having negative charge. And from the ground, a path is formed as well. These paths are called positive streamers as it is having positive charge. And when the step leaders and positive streamers both meet, a huge amount of electrons are passed from the cloud to the ground. And this is what we call lightning. Thanks for watching. If you like my video, please like and share. Subscribe for more videos.